Donizetti started composing around 1815, I think, at least his operas.
Yeah.
That's when that begins. So there was one very big name, one big kid on the block at that point in operatic terms, and it's Rossini, isn't it?
Yeah. And the interesting thing is there was a famous other composer at that time, Pacini, who actually wrote memoirs and said, of course I wrote like Rossini. It was the only way to make a living, at that time. And Rossini was the only show in town, particularly so far as serious opera was concerned. Comic opera is slightly different. Funnily enough, we know him now for comic work. But in serious opera, you really couldn't avoid Rossini. And that meant extremely florid writing. And also a coolness, if you want. It's called as bel canto, but this sort of a sense of being uninvolved.
But those two things go together, don't they? That florid writing, what we'd call coloratura, I guess, often this coloration of particular kinds of really virtuosic decoration.
Yeah.
But there is something that can't be too involved. That kind of virtuosity has to happen at a distance. Otherwise you couldn't do it as a singer, surely.
It always does. And it's interesting that Rossini, famously stopped composing in 1830 at that moment when Romanticism was coming into its full flood. And for him, this kind of objectivity, this way of you have to stand outside the emotion and display it through beautiful song is something that, was overwhelming at the time.